It's thinking.
Hello and welcome everybody to the premiere episode of I Remember Gaming. This is your host, Kodak, coming to you from behind the Great Firewall of China with a nostalgia-fueled, action-packed, rock-down memory lane. So everybody make sure your VMUs are plugged in and your subscriptions to SegaNet are paid up, because we're going back to 1999.
It's thinking.
It was a hard time in my life. I was placed in a residential school for quote-unquote bad kids. When I arrived at the school, they told me I was never to play video games again. For home visits, they had my father put all my consoles in storage. The year was 1999, as I said before, and I was a big Sega Saturn guy.
Sega Saturn is the newest and most indulgent taste temptation from Sega, delivering crystal clear digital video and rich, creamy 3D graphics. And each unit is topped off with a delicious DSP chip dedicated to scrumptious CD quality sound. This gourmet meal from Sega goes oh so well with all of these yummy mouthfuls.
I was in the 9th grade. I was well aware that the Saturn had been a commercial flop in the United States. It didn't help that they released the thing early and on an unexpected civilian and retail population. It was to the point it was alienating even some of its most important retail allies, such as KB Toys, also known as the reason to go to the mall with your mom as a child. I really miss that place. So many bargain bin X-Men and Gamecom, Game Gear, SNES games I snatched up there. Yeah, I said Gamecom.
Gamecom! Lay those bloodshot eyes on these babies! It speaks!
Let's rock.
Begs to be touched! Wires you to the internet! And it plays more games than you idiots have brain cells!
Yeah, I said Gamecom. Terrible system. But on clearance, I couldn't help it. So then my life changed one morning. I woke up to two big dudes in my room, telling me to get up, take out your piercings, and that I was going to be in big trouble. I was going to live at their school until I was a good kid. Turns out, this place didn't like video games too much. My clinician put an all-out ban on playing games, said I was obsessed with them, said they were bad for my health. She also banned skateboarding and hanging out with anyone I had made of a friend to that point. I was and always have been the biggest gamer of all time, so this hurt my soul. But I had a few clinicians quit on me, and some forgot that this was ever an issue. It's January 1999 at this point, and Thanksgiving November was just around the corner. My father came and got me one day. It was the first time I was going to leave the ranch since I arrived. Almost a year without leaving. Destination, Twin Falls, Idaho. Woo! Write 'em down, boy. Let's go get some potatoes. We rolled up to my grandfather's house. I was just thankful to be free of my terrible video game free prison of the last year. I was happy to see Gramps and visited with him for a while, but really, of course, I was looking to get my video game fix. I remember from previous visits that there was a GameStop and an arcade at the local Twin Falls Mall. Now, I wasn't even thinking about the DC at this point. I just wanted to go see some games of any kind. I was having withdrawals, literally having withdrawals. When I arrived, the consoles available to demo at the GameStop were still just a PS1 and N64. I played them a little bit and was happy to do so. I headed over to the arcade and played some X-Men, Children of the Atom, and a few other games. After this, I just wandered. This was the first time I had true unsupervised freedom in almost a year, and I was aiming to savor every waking moment of it. because just 4 days down the road, I'd be back at the boys' ranch. That made me want to die. I wandered into Target, which was attached to the mall, and grabbed a few bottles of Surge.
Surge. It's a fully loaded citrus soda with carbos.
Interesting enough, the demo in their game section was a video game I had played for countless hours before my ranch experience. Harvest Moon 64. Yeah, the Target connected to the Twin Falls Mall in 1999 had Harvest Moon 64 in it. I thought that was pretty cool. I was going into every store, literally stores I would never have gone in. I was also kind of girl hunting. I got a few local girl phone numbers in the arcade, which actually ended up panning out to a fun little makeout session at the local carnival a couple days later. Remember guys, the only reason I had that in, I was in a school with just dudes for a year. I was wrapping up my mall visit and heading out the exit that I had come in to go back to my grandpa's house when I saw Sears. Now, Sears has seen better days. You may remember the awesome Sears books of the 80s with the G.I. Joes, Transformers, and Masters of the Universe toys all on display. They were basically toy porn for kids around Christmas time. But the late 90s, I didn't know anyone my age that actually gave a Phoenix down about Sears. I almost walked out of the mall, but some otherworldly force beckoned me to stay. Something powerful, something intelligent, something that was thinking. I walked through the usual lame overpriced clothes, lawnmowers, appliances, and the like, looking for a game section or something. Came across a TV section, but alas, no games inside. Was walking towards the door when I thought I'd go check out what clothes were in style these days. When I left the real junior high for the boys' ranch, we were wearing shit like Jinko jeans, Chump, No Fear, and band t-shirts that were popular in the day. Limp Bizkit! Stuff like that. Oh yeah, and this hat. Oh man. As the girls here in China like to say, Kodak, you're so fashion.
I did so good today.
I knew that was coming out of your mouth.
Your mom was coming out of my mouth.
I went and searched out the young men's section, but instantly saw something out of place. A Sega sign. At the top of a TV. I couldn't believe my eyes! Now, this is why Sears sucks. Who puts the games in the middle of the clothes section or whatever? I ran over to the TV. My eyes beheld it. The Sega Dreamcast. Its orange light gleaming in the glass kiosk. I looked up at the TV. Hey, let's have some fun. It's Crazy Taxi!
Hey, come on over, have some fun with Crazy Taxi!
I picked up the strange controller that vaguely resembled my 3D Saturn controller. It felt good in my hands. I looked up at the screen and the graphics were so clean and clear. Compared to my N64 and Saturn, I'd been playing from 96 to 99, it was a godsend. I really thought this was the best it was going to get. I couldn't imagine graphics getting better at the time. Time passed fast. I couldn't believe how much fun I was having. I was completely taken away from my shitty at the time life and thrust into breakneck, edge-of-your-seat fun of Crazy Taxi! Now, of course, no one, and I mean no one, from 3 until close even came near the clothes section at Sears. I had the damn thing to myself all day and I was in love. Finally, at 9, they kicked me out. My dad was like, "What the hell, bro?" Me and Grandpa thought maybe you ran away. Which was common among Boys Ranch kids, actually. And only 2 got away over the 2-year course that I had to stay there. I told him that I was just, hanging around town. I also lied and told him I went down to the river and walked around so he didn't suspect anything. The next day, I woke up at the butt crack of dawn. My grandpa's daily ritual consisted of grapefruit with a spoon and some postum to wash it down. I went over and munched through a grapefruit and chased it with some bitter, disgusting postum. which is crazy expensive these days in the United States for some reason. I was gonna buy some out of nostalgia, but F that. I went back to the mall and spent the entire day playing again. No one came, and I played until close. I ended up getting out of that terrible place in my life and went on to get a DC of my own. My dad bought it for me. I think he felt bad for putting me in the ranch. But it went on to not only be one of my absolute favorite consoles of all time, it in fact changed my life. No joke, no bullshit. Shenmue was the game that did it. Its depiction of Japan and later on Hong Kong sparked an uncontrollable wanderlust deep within my heart, and I credit that as one of the main reasons I'm in China. But this will be for another episode. Till next time, this is Kodak with I Remember Gaming, sharing personal reflections, commentaries, and reviews of games old and new. I hope you guys subscribe and like this video. It's been great sharing this personal account with you guys. Take it easy. Hello YouTube community, this is Kodak from I Remember Gaming. I just want to address a few things in the video. I said 1999 a lot. I've got some feedback from some of the gaming communities that I've shared this video around in before I uploaded to YouTube, and of course I guess Crazy Taxi didn't come out till 2000, so there's two options. Either I'm just really bad with my memory, which is probably the case, or it was a pre-demo prior to the game's release. Either scenario is very likely. Also, I'm going to be doing a contest in this video. I have access to tons of funny and cool bootleg and knockoff video game merchandise here in China. I'm willing to go out and spend around $50 US on all sorts of things, from Pokeballs to Super Mario, Star Wars, Pokemon, whatever I can find out there. They have some really cool items. I'll throw a grab bag together. If you can answer correctly every piece of music from video games and footage in this video, I want to let you guys know I didn't try to pick really hard ones or anything. I didn't go out of my way. Every song in this video and all the footage is from games I've put 5 hours at least into. But I'm pretty sure everyone on here has got at least 10. So, yeah, just a little contest there. If you submit it to me correctly, I will let you know. Give me your address. I'll send it over, coming straight out of the People's Republic of China. Alright guys, thanks again for watching our video here, and we'll see you guys next time.